Yes, thank you, Vicky. Milan, congratulations. 2 goals in 2 matches. Could you just take us to the feeling of being able to get on the score sheet and make a quick impact on this team?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Coming in mid-season like this, it was, important for me personally to make an impact. I needed to, I think, prove to the staff and also the players that I can be trusted and that, I can offer something to the team. So, I'm happy to just be doing my job and help the team get as many points as possible.
And how much do you attribute to obviously being over at FC Northland and the right to dream style to be able to put yourself in those positions into the system so far into the season?
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, me moving over to Nordsjælland, it grew me as a player so much, not just in every way. In my mind, how I thought, think so much faster now. I react so much faster than, of course, coming into San Diego being a right to dream club. It's a lot of similarities. Of course, it's a different league, and you have to adapt to the changes in that. But of course, it helped the transition be a lot smoother, I think, than if I was not coming from Nordsjælland.
And then right before your goal, there was a volley that almost hit the side. It hit the side netting. You take your hands to your face. What was that self-talk moment like? And then you come back and get the goal immediately.
Yeah, no, it was a good chance. It was a tight angle, so it wasn't the easiest chance, but it was just a little bit of like like it's a big moment in that time, still being 0-0. That's a big chance for us to take the lead. So, just a little bit of like a letdown, like, all right, come on, next, and then it's on to the next one. And you have to have that mentality as a striker and as an athlete, like you can't get held up on missing a chance like that or having a low moment like that, you got to bounce back fast and be ready for the next chance to come. So when something like that happens, you're just, focused on the next action, the next play, and ready to go again.
And then next action ended up being a goal celebration. Look over to the fans, kind of listen to the sound, the noise. You guys start celebrating. Take us through that moment of cashing in that goal.
Yeah, they were hammering the guys warming up the whole time. So, I knew I was going to go in, and of course, like, you have to have the confidence that you're going to come in and change the game. And I knew going in that there'd be chances for me, and I backed myself to score goals. So I knew going into the game that I was going to have an opportunity, and I had to hit back at them a little bit because they were hammering us pretty hard for the whole time we were warming up.
And then we've seen you talk with Mikey Varas after training. What are some of those conversations that now land you with these opportunities and you're taking the most out of them?
Yeah, no, I mean, Mikey's been, very straightforward with me, and that's all I asked from the first day that I talked to him. And we have conversations like any player and coach, and he's very clear on what he expects from me and what he wants from me, and it's my job to try and offer him that. And in this role that I've been given, coming off the bench, I'm trying to impact the game, like games like this that are close, or the last game managing it a little bit when we have a big lead, whatever the scenario is. It's my job coming into the game to impact it and change it, in our favor. So our conversations have been very positive and very good, and I'm just trying to do what he wants, to help the team the most at the end of the day.
And then obviously you come back and get a goal for San Diego. How much more does that mean to get a goal for your hometown squad and bringing it back to Wednesday against Colorado?
No, it's so important. I mean, everyone know. I think I've said enough times how much I love the city and it's home. It's always been home and it always will be. So to do it in in my hometown and for my home club makes it even more special to me. And I also think the first goal like took this big weight off my back of like, all right, the pressure and the expectations. I think from family, from friends, coming back and all these things. It feels like a big weight's been lifted, and now I'm able to just, go and play. And, it does put a little bit of an extra like oomph in my step that it's for my hometown club. So always every time I play, and I'll represent this badge with everything I can give and try and help bring as much joy and happiness to our amazing fans.
And then lastly, is there any internal banter with De La Torre? Him also a San Diego native, you now are getting on the score sheet as well. Any internal competition with that? And if not, that's it for me. Safe travels.
No, no, I've known Luca for many years. I played up actually with my older brother Eric growing up. So I played up a year. So I played against Luca with Luca from when, we were little kids. So, of course he went over to England pretty early, but we have a good relationship off the field also, of course, both being from San Diego and I think sharing a lot of similar experiences coming back at, a little bit earlier stages in our career. Uh, so, of course, there's, a little bit of joking back and forth. And he told me I took this other chance that the back heel from Anna. So No, we get along good, and as long as one of us is scoring, I think we'll both be happy. So